What up? What up? Fantasy football hustler back at ya.
What's happening?
What up?
I'm trying something new.
What's going down, everybody? We got a shitload of people on YouTube. Get those questions in, shitload of people on Facebook. Hop over to YouTube, get those questions in. Yeah, let's see what kind of questions we got. Oh, Uncle Buck in the house. He said, "Hello, ladies."
Hey, hit the drop.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Twitch. Shout out to Marco from the future and Antonio showing love on Twitch. What up?
Shout out to Germany, Guten Ben.
Yeah. And
From
let's see.
the future.
Shout out to Derek. Salute. And before we get into any questions, Jay had a question about the Vampire League that I posted about in Patreon. So he says, never done a Vampire League. What's the concept?
You got to wear garlic while you draft.
That's if you are not the vampire, though. So if you are the vampire, yeah, you better not be having that garlic around you. So what happens is the vampire does not draft. We do one of those 100-yard dashes to decide the draft order, and whoever finishes first is the vampire.
Yes.
And vampire doesn't draft. So all 9 other teams draft. I mean, the vampire physically has to draft, but you draft players that you're pretty much going to drop. Vampire gets all of their players off of waivers, and then vampire is the only one who gets unlimited moves. Everyone else only gets 1 move per week, and any game the vampire wins, they get to steal a starter from whoever they beat. They got to send back a starter as well.
I ain't gonna lie, last year I found the vampire. We beat his ass. We jumped his ass, but he's immortal.
Yeah,
so he survived.
Marco says both of you guys always forget to pronounce the A of a bend. I mean,
there you go. Guten Ben.
I thought when I said a bend or like that, I thought you said that I was wrong with that.
I thought the A was silent. It's like the D in Django. You know what I mean?
All right, let's see. Who's this Facebook user over here?
It's like Clay. The G in lasagna.
Clay said, I can only keep 2. He said, or don't have to. Gino in the 14th, Goddard in the 6th, and you think anyone's worth keeping at that value? I mean, Gino in the 14th, probably, but I mean, shit, he might even go. I'm assuming it's single QB because Gino wouldn't have gone in the 14th. And
I'll take a nice, Do
you even want to take Goddard in the 6th, though?
If I had to choose between the 2, right? And if
you said you don't have to keep anyone.
Oh, okay, because if it was super flex too, it's a smash to keep Gino in the 14.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's a single QB. So I'm just going to say keep nobody. Just keep your pockets loaded. Keep that 6th and keep that 14th. Might be able to get Goddard later than the 6th. And yeah, I mean Gino, shit, you could probably get him around the same time anyways. If not someone better.
I mean, they might say just for the sake of it, right? Maybe if it's a 12-teamer and, people are keeping 2 players each, right? That's a lot of players off the board. Someone like a Goddard could go to someone who's just targeting tight end. You know what I mean? It could even go earlier than that 6. I'm saying I'm not mad at if I had to choose it to get a tight end when I'm assuming there is a tight end spot.
Well, so, it could be. I mean, it might be one of those leagues where you can't keep I don't know, anyone in the top 5 rounds or something. I've heard
that's what it is, right?
Yeah, because why would you not have anybody some of your top hitters included? So that's what I'm guessing, at least here.
Yeah, because it seems like he's looking at his team right now. And he's like, it's between Goddard and Gino. Like, damn, what happened there?
And I like how he prefaced it. You think any of them are worth keeping, so you don't. I'm assuming you don't have to force the keep either.
I mean, Gino, he has a plethora of weapons. I mean, it is by definition an outlier year so far because we've never seen Gino ball like that. So can he continue it? I mean, he's in a system that says it would. Yeah, so I'm okay if we're gonna keep the QB. I'm okay either one of them. They're both at a decent value. You know what I mean?
And Jason on Facebook said AJ Brown still on the Titans on the highlights. Oh yeah, those are all from 2020. I tried.
Oh, they're vintage.
I tried to change it around, and people were like, "What are you thinking? Just go back to the original." So it's still there.
It's a fan favorite.
Elias in the house. What up? What up?
He was like, I only watch the freshest of updated rosters. The highlight, I only watch new highlights.
And shout out to Chris. He said, "What's up, homies? Keep Jonathan Taylor or trade away. It depends on what you can get." I mean, they put the deadline of Tuesday. Yeah,
we're on Jonathan Taylor. Watch a little over 24 hours, brother.
This is Jim Irsay, Mr. Ripping a line. And then, the deadline's Tuesday, guys. You got to get it in by Tuesday. So I'm assuming.
What deadline, sir? The Jonathan Taylor trade deadline, brother.
I'm assuming that's not a hard deadline, even though he's making it seem that way. But you just can't.
He's going to go, I didn't say what, Tuesday? I just said
true.
Tuesday.
That's true. He didn't say this Tuesday. He just said Tuesday.
Tuesday, brother. Pass that mirror.
It depends on what you can get for him. I know that if you're in a dynasty, I'm not too worried about it. He's going to end up somewhere. But redraft, I don't know if I want that headache right this second.
If I could buy, it's kind of like if I'm privy to flipping Jonathan Taylor if someone's willing to give me what I want for him, like pay up like he's Jonathan Taylor, because most people are going to try to leverage you and get Jonathan Taylor for a moderate price. You know what I mean?
It's only going to happen in a dynasty, right? Like no one's giving you any kind of value in a redraft right now for him.
Yeah, I don't think so, unless there's like a guy who has an abundance of something you might need. Like for example,
maybe you find the guy who drafted Deion Jackson, and you're like, hey, you can't have Deion without JT.
Like, what are you doing with Deion, bro? Complete it. And then, matter of fact, when it comes to JT right now, I think his value is actually fairly high to trade away, because it just depends on where they believe JT can go. If you're a person that believes JT can go to Miami, I would trade for him, just because I would want him to be a part of some high-powered offense, whether or not they didn't really run the ball as much as we wanted. If you have Jonathan Taylor there, just a smart coach is going to utilize him. You know what I mean? So it's not like and then even if you want to just take what they did with their running backs last year and extrapolate it to one running back, that's awesome. He's like, back in RB2 or back in RB1 ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is Wowie says PPR Ridley or Cooper enough to be your wide receiver one, went RB heavy. Yeah, I think so. I mean, both of those guys, I feel if you have both of them, which you can acquire going, like heavy RB.
I'm not mad at that. Like, Calvin Ridley, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Terry McLaurin, these guys are all in that range. You know what I mean? Like if you're going heavy RB, like robust RB early, I'm okay targeting the crop of those receivers. You know what I mean? Hey, people are not fucking with Jared Jeudy. You might be able to stash him away too. Like there's, get and then circle back around, get a Cortland Sutton and then rock with that. So, especially if you're not in a 3 wide receiver set, I'm usually more prone to going heavier RB, you know what I mean? Because I don't have to have this crazy killer trio. I technically only need 2. So Ridley and Cooper could suffice here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and here goes Taylor on YouTube. He said,
that's Jonathan Taylor right there.
He said, I'm in a half 0.5 tight end premium PPR best ball. I only have Kelsey at tight end. I'm loaded at wide receiver. Does it make sense to trade Quentin Johnston plus a 24 third for Goddard and a 24 second? Well, first off,
really
this is a crazy ass best ball league. If you could trade, because it's not like true best ball. If you could trade, this almost sounds like a dynasty league.
They call it
people don't want to
hybrid now. Hybrid best ball is what I've been hearing them refer to it as.
Yeah, and it's for people who don't want to have to. They set their lineups, but they still want to be able to like draft like a billion leagues. But if you have tight end, if you have Kelsey in a tight end premium, that's the gold right there. Okay, he said it is a dynasty. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you should,
I'm not trading.
I'm not moving Quentin Johnston for Goddard.
Hell
I'm not
no.
doing that.
No, and a third, like Quentin Johnston and a third, like nah.
I might just fuck around and give him my second for Goddard or something. You know what I mean? Like, see if I can pull that off. I'm not coming off of Quentin Johnston.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it doesn't matter if it's tight end premium because Quentin Johnston's still one of the 4 rookie wide receivers that everyone sought after this year.
yeah, and like after this year, I mean, even if you thug it out 1 year with Quentin Johnston, he could be the number 1 guy next year because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, they're under restructured deals where they can move on from them next year, and those guys are both 29 and 31 plus. You know what I mean?
And I guess I missed this second part. So he did say it was Johnston in a third for Goddard and a second. But no, I'm still not doing that though. That's a little better, but yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, and I think Johnston, like, I think I'd be like, bro, I want a first at least. You know what I mean? Like, you just sell. You're supposed to sell them that way if you are gonna sell them because the hype is there. You know what I mean? Even if, like, don't get scared off these drops. These receivers, sometimes it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And PJ322 said, I can't find your YouTube for some reason. I'm gonna share the link in
Shout out to
Twitch
PJ
right now. There you go. It is in there. And yeah, just hang out a little bit. Because I see you have a question. There's just a couple questions before you. So we got Facebook user. Let me see. Who is this? Is Nick. Nick on Facebook in the redraft advice group. He said, would you take Kelsey or Bijan in a 12-man league? I'd pick 8 if both are available. Who you taking? Kelsey, assuming there's a tight end spot.
Yeah, give me Kelsey.
What up, One Nation? Said, are you fading any IDP player this season? Max Crosby because of how high he's going. Really, I'm fading all the super top like DLs that everyone drafts like hella early.
You know who I'll never ever have? Joey Bosa.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, shit, it sucks to say that I fade Nick Bosa, but it's just because he goes so high. Like, that's the only reason why I fade him at the 80.
I'd rather have Nick Bosa than Max Crosby, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Max Crosby is going to go higher than Nick Bosa.
Yeah, and I feel like Max Crosby not having Yannick Ngakoue and Chandler Jones there to help him wreak havoc. That was a real thing last year. So
for sure. Well, Chandler Jones is still there, isn't he?
I don't think so.
I'm almost positive that he's
okay. Because you're right. I don't think I mean, still, is that enough? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see.
Is that
he's still there.
They do got Tyree Williams. They got that young kid there, right?
Which we haven't heard shit about because he was like on the
because he's on the Raiders.
Well, yeah, on the training camp pup as well.
Oh, word. That's right. Yeah.
Derek said, I'll never have Micah. I'm not Micah Parsons. Yeah, just because you won't draft him high enough.
He's like, it's terrible. It's terrible how high people take him.
Yeah, if Micah is assuming you have the DL, spot and you're on sleeper, he has a cheat code. Him and TJ Watt are still like the DL cheat codes.
And I pretty much like I pretty much like there's probably only like one or there's like L'Jarius Sneed's like one of the only cornerbacks I would have.
Yeah.
Right, like actual cornerback.
Derek said it is terrible.
Oh shit! But you know what I'm saying though? Like,
hey, what up, Bakes a Lot? So this is a different YouTube channel, but you got the wrench right now. Adding that back on there. Your next chat, your next message, you'll see it in there.
Yeah.
Here goes Facebook user. Samir, I believe is how you pronounce the name. Samir said Derrick Henry or Garrett Wilson if I'm keeping JJ and Mahomes. Man, that's some nice keepers right there.
Give me GW. I'll go after running backs. I want the receivers.
I'm gonna go the running back and build evenly in this one.
Give me GW with who does he got? GW, Patrick Mahomes and who?
JJ.
See, give me it.
Why? So explain why, because he has JJ. Why now you're saying give me
because it's like at the moments where you have JJ, you go, okay, I have one of the strongest receivers. Let's go get a running back get even. I go, let's stronger our receivers, right? Like I just feel like that packs a harder punch, in my opinion. I'm striking more fear with the combo of JJ and Garrett Wilson, and I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, if and it also depends on who everyone else is keeping, I guess you could say, right? Because that would add more context. Like if I know that like most people are keeping receivers, I'm gonna be able to target some running backs here. You know what I mean? If I only have 2 running back spots, I'm okay.
Well, you say that, but like now, if everyone's keeping wide receivers, that means everyone's gonna be targeting running backs as well.
I live dangerously. That just sounds so nasty. He has Patrick Mahomes at the helm with JJ and the goddamn GW.
If it's Dynasty, I mean, it's Garrett Wilson, you know, and it's not even close. But I'm assuming this is a single QB redraft.
And it's a keeper league, right? So,
yeah.
You get a little more flexible with age-wise. Like, you could keep a Derrick Henry and not hurt yourself because the guys are basically one-year decisions when you're in a keeper league. So, I don't know. I still give me 1,400 yards of Garrett Wilson. I think that's his range this year. And he's a 30% target market share guy who has Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. I want that.
And Marco said, so no more streaming from your main channel, at least not as of now. Not really sure what's going on with
they
that.
They suspended us a little from live streaming on that channel right now. They got really angry at Bogey, I'm sure.
So it'll always be uploads that'll be there, and there'll be shorts and stuff there. But yeah, you got to be paying attention to this one for the lives, and on Twitch as well. Get over to Twitch. I'll throw that
shout out to the good people at Twitch.
I'll throw that link in there right now.
Which gives us money. You hear that, YouTube?
Fuckers.
Stop giving us money.
Mitch. I'll throw the Twitch link in there for everyone who messes with
Trubisky's. That's like worse than a bitch. Oh, don't let me call someone a Trubisky, bro. That means like, ooh.
And let's see. We got more questions in here. We got Elias on YouTube. QB Mahomes, JT, Brees, Deontay, Terrius, Gus. Okay, I mean, team looks good. I like it. I mean, it's solid. He's got Kelsey in there as well.
Early Kelsey, early running back. I like it. He was able to get Deontay and Terry. Love that. That's what you should be doing if you're gonna go robust. Everything else, he went zero wide receiver there basically.
Marco said Jordan Love, the future backup for Sean Clifford. Okay.
That's a pretty bold.
You heard it here. You heard it here first.
You know what I mean? I think Sean would love that.
Facebook user said, would you trade Madison and Sanders for Josh Jacobs? Maybe, but I don't
throw me a little something extra because I'll take Jacobs over both those guys. But like, that's something like Bogard would do. And then like, you know what I mean? But I would want something else on top of Jacobs. You know what I mean?
For sure. And Facebook users, Cup a good pick at 3. Nah, I don't want him at 3.
No, I'd rather.
Wait. Pick at 3rd overall because it said JT 2nd round, DK 3rd. So I'm assuming, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad at Cup in the 3rd.
No. Cup at the 103. He said JT 2nd round, Metcalf 3rd. I'm fading Cup right now for that ADP. Like, I don't want him in the 1st. Like, he's already hurt. He always gets hurt. Like, we remember that outlier year, but if you go look, I mean, there's only been 2 seasons. He's like 30 years old now, and he's only had 2 seasons where he was like healthy the entire year. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, and I fucking love Cooper Kupp. It's just there's a wide range of possibilities as far as like what you think that team is going to be. If you believe, like I believe, the Rams at one point are going to pack it up because they're going to, they're trying to get a high pick, and I think they're going to be a trash team, and we'll probably know this by like week 5. I mean, then you just got to start worrying about them actually shutting Cooper Kupp down, or they start to like shop him around. You know what I mean? During before the trade deadline, like this could be really fucked up for us. You know what I mean?
Facebook user said, would you trade either Kupp or Diggs for both Dotson and Addison Superflex Dynasty? I mean, if you're rebuilding, but I mean, I still feel like that's trading low on Kupp or Diggs, because whoever's trading for Kupp or Diggs, they're probably going for it. So they should pay a little bit more if they're going to buy a championship.
Yeah, and I don't really kind of like those guys are just younger, but they're like destined to be number 2s. You know what I mean? Like there's Addison's not going to never take over JJ, and Dotson. Well, obviously, it's going to be a second to Terry McLaurin. I don't care what nobody says.
Obviously. What up, Alan? He said, we starting Evans or Tony in the flex week 1. As of right now, Evans, but we're not. There's no starters locked in a week and a half.
Tony Pasta?
2 weeks before. No, Kadarius.
Yeah, it's Mike Evans.
Yeah, but either way, man, you do not do start sit right now. Like whoever is the high. This is for everybody who is listening right now. There is no start sit this week. You just put in whoever the highest projected is, so you feel good about your projections. And then next week, when we're actually like getting into like, all right, shit's about to start in 2-3 days, That's when you start worrying about your starting sits. You should be trying to get in more leagues right now, not worrying about who you're going to start in a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Who is the Buccaneers playing week 1? Carolina?
I don't even remember. Let's see. They are playing.
Thanks, man.
No, they're
You ever fuck with them breakfast sandwiches at Starbucks?
Not in a minute. They're playing the Vikings, so I like that.
Yeah,
well,
shoot it out.
Actually, Dewey like that, like Byron Murphy. Like he might be covering him a lot of the game. That could be very ugly.
That might be
so that's why you come back next week, because we don't even know if Tony's fucking playing. We haven't heard shit about him like, ever since he got hurt.
And it's safe to say, even if they activate him off the pup, like he's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like he might not just get slotted right into this role, like this lead role. I mean, he missed training camp, kind of fucked him.
Yep. And Facebook user, I have the 12th pick. Let me see. Who is this? Let's see if I can find it. This is Ben. This is Ben on Facebook. I have the 12th pick and a 12 teamer. I picked twice. Snake draft should I get? So which 2 of these wide receivers would you choose? AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, and Adams.
It'd be for AJ, me it'd be sure. AJ and Amon-Ra.
And it's close between Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson. I'm still going Amon over Garrett Wilson for the volume upside.
Yeah, and if I can get AJ and GW, I'm okay with that too. And then if I have to, and if, you know, I mean, if the plan doesn't go accordingly, and if I can just get 2 out of those 4, I'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, if it ends up being Adams and GW, or Adams and St. Brown, or but ideally I'd want AJ and I want the Brown brothers.
And PJ said, I'm getting that y'all prefer Twitch. So you get something back. Well, yeah, and we're trying to build up, so we can't stream on the main YouTube channel right now. So that's really what it is. And we're literally just going in order. So now your Twitch question popped up and he said, "What up, dogs?" He said, "I'm not 100% prepped at all for this season. Good thing you found us, because we are." And he said, if you were in this spot, what site's rankings would you pick? I'd pick our rankings. I'd pick our rankings. If you want to get to where, like, literally you could get like live help, like during your draft, go to oneononeffadvice.com. All these rankings out there, they all suck. Like literally every single one. Everyone takes like the same like top 20 list, and then they just like pick and choose and put a couple here or there or whatever. But like, they're all the same with like tiny little variations. It's all about like the draft strategy, not just the rankings. You can't be a ranking slave, for lack of better words. It's all about finding the best value.
If you were going to do that, I mean, you're basically just auto drafting, you know what I mean? So, you're, because that's what most of these rankings are, you know what I mean? You might have the crazy outlier analyst that'll have like, like, oh, I have Garrett Wilson number 1. Like, you know what I mean? There's going to be the guys that had those crazy proclamations. Outside of that, it's pretty uniform. So, you know what I mean? I'm just taking best player available, bro. And early on, it tends to be receiver for me. But depending on where you're at in the first round, if Kelsey's there, it's almost a smash every time. You know what I mean? You want that positional advantage. Yeah. Kelsey is basically putting a top 6-7 receiver in your tight end spot, and only he's a tight end, and he's connected to Mahomes. It's fucking
Alan said I'm already in over 40 leagues. Rookie numbers. I'm in like 77 best balls, like just by itself. It's not even counting the 20-something dynasties and the 30-something, 40-something redrafts we're going to be in. Let's bump those numbers up. Everyone should aspire to be like chaotic and get into 155 leagues.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Then when I was doing my count earlier, I'm in 30-something leagues that I actually have to like do something for, like, the combination of redrafts and dynasties. I'm in like 30-something this year.
There we go.
I got the 20 dynasties. Oh, 18. I'm sorry, I got 18 dynasties. I'm gonna draft one more. There's a stupid fucking Steamboat.
They still haven't drafted that one.
No, and it's the auction. They're just fighting over this auction thing. I'm like, yo, you should have just been started it, bro. Yeah. Like, just make it a slow draft, auction draft. Like, I don't know.
A slow draft auction draft?
Guess. How would that even work? He can't get everybody together on one day so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always.
He's like everybody, and I'm like, okay, now.
Especially for auction, it takes so much longer than a regular draft.
Like, we need an entire fucking day. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, but yeah. So it is what it is.
It's
gonna happen.
This is why 1, we do dynasties earlier than this, and this is why 2, even though an auction draft like sounds so amazing for a dynasty, like it's so hard to like
30 spots, bro. So like, you know, I mean, even that's not a lot, but when you're doing an auction, that's a fuck ton. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're doing our the Hustler, the auction IDP Life Edition. That one's 27 rounds. And yeah, we're doing that on Sunday.
Like I'm almost gonna make not even a target list, just a fade list, and just like every time those names come up, I just don't do anything.
And Bakes, we're up to 73, I believe. Let me see, 73 best balls. Let me double check this. Yeah, and the number 73 is starting 290.
I was pretty drunk yesterday. How many more did I jump in?
Just 2, because you said you couldn't do 13.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, we're doing the Beverly Hills Ninja tonight, 5 p.m. And then we're going to do the Mortal Kombat. That might be a next Monday. We'll see how many people want to get in, but it's only best ball fast drafts moving forward. $10 buy-ins for those who haven't heard about it.
I'm in tonight's too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you joined, but I sent you the link. I don't think you joined.
30-second joins?
No. Always a minute. Always a minute.
Okay.
It's only 30 seconds when we do the mocks, because that's our
right.
practice.
Because we ain't playing.
Yeah. Because if you can do the mocks with 30 seconds, that means that minute when you actually do a real draft, it's going to slow down, man. That's what it's all about.
It's all about seeing the game in slow motion, you know?
Hell yeah. Antonio said you live streaming the auction. I like to watch, but I can't stand doing them. Yes, for sure. We'll be live streaming that auction. That one's going to be a fun one.
Oh, yeah. When is that? This weekend?
Next Sunday. Yeah. Cool. So it's crazy. This Saturday, I'm going to be in LA, and I'm going out there for it's the Wafers Drip, and I think there's one other company that's kind of involved in all that. It's their auction draft. I'm working on bringing my computer down so I can live stream it as well. It's funny because like there's a lot of people in there, you know, like they'd have to scramble their face and, you know, change their voice if they're going to be, you know, on the auction draft. It's that kind of league with those kind of characters. But he was like, I do like the idea of you setting it up and like being able to see you and doing the auction. So we might have that going on. One of the things that sucks.
Also a great promotion for his spot too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His pizza spot. You know what I mean?
Pizza Venice in LA. Hell yeah, super dope.
Shout out to BS and all the barbarians.
And shout out to Peacock in the chat with us. And shout out to Clock as well. Seen Clock in there as well. What up,
Clock? Man, Miss Clock.
And Peacock said, throw him in the best ball draft tonight. Let's go.
Peacock talk about.
Let's get it. I'll shoot you the link after the show here. So that means we only got 4 spots left in tonight's fast draft best ball. Best ball was invented for degenerates who hate mock drafts and who want to throw a couple bucks down to get a real draft, you know, going and have a shot at racks. Oh yeah.
Let me buy. Fucking everybody loves Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but we're just buying chocolate bars in this motherfucker. Give me that golden ticket.
Shout out to Tino. I don't know if I shouted you out, but what up, homie? Make sure on the new YouTube channel, you guys set the notifications and turn them to all, because this is where the live streaming is going to be happening, and on Twitch. Let's see. And don't forget, if you're on Twitch, become a member and subscribe, and then you don't have to watch the little minute commercials that keep popping up every now and again. Facebook user says, should I trade Eckler for Bijan in PPR, Herbert as my QB, or trade Barkley for Gibbs?
I mean, you already have Eckler and Barkley. I think you're pretty nasty there. I'd probably stay put.
Yeah, and let me see if
like the rookie hype is there and everything, and I'm pretty sure this is a dynasty question.
It is a dynasty. Well, I mean, he's asking in the dynasty group, so I'm assuming it's dynasty.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably move Eckler if for the sake of it, just because of the age, and I think it is gonna be. We are gonna see a ding in his receptions. Maybe even just his overall production, because there's a coordinator change. You know what I mean? He's going from Joe Lombardi to Kellen Moore. and Joe Lombardi, he was a guy that was responsible for all those crazy Alvin Kamara years. So it wasn't no surprise that he just transferred over to doing the same thing with Eckler, and now that's gone. So I know it's going to take a step back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it was, I would want Bijan. I
don't want to trade Barkley. I mean, he's still got some years left. Eckler,
Yeah.
I mean, he might be getting towards the end of the rope, and Bijan's like the top rookie. So like,
so it's like because Gibbs, I like the idea of Gibbs, but at the same time, like if it's gonna be someone I'm moving, it'd be Eckler, and the one I'm targeting would be Bijan.
Oh, fucking Tino. He said, bro, I fucked up in that wafers draft the whole time. I thought it was super flex. Oh man. It's all right. I mean, if you got someone hella early, I mean, it had to be like a Mahomes or Hurts or like something like that.
It is still QB premium because you still could get to a point in a QB premium league, whether it's single QB or not, that someone just might be like, man, I want a better QB.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he said, I got Dakota, Cousins, and Wilson. And see, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I drafted 3 QBs in it as well, because I got QBs like a couple like super late.
I did in both the ones I have. It's oddly enough, right? In both of them, the first one, 4th round, took Burrow. The second one, 2nd round, took Josh Allen. But I got Sam Howell in both of them and Mac Jones in both of them. So I just went at my last 2 picks. And then I realized, oh, wait a second, that was really stupid because it's only 14 rounds, and I had 3 out of those I took QBs. You know what I mean?
And Alan said, I have too many other interests in life. 45 is enough. You know what? According to the league, if you guys remember, there's a lot of things a man can do with his time. And this is better than those things.
And I'm not knocking anybody. I mean, he's a real degenerate. 45.
45 is a lot. Yeah, so we're just talking.
Hey, go get some money, kid. You know, hey, listen, the reason I play in so many goddamn leagues because I like winning championships and I like hiring the probability. You know what I mean? Hey, the dream is if I could win them all, right? I might win like 50 bands. You know what I'm saying? But just the likelihood of that isn't bettable, right? But in order to get close to that, last year I got 6 titles. The year before that was 7. You know what I mean? So, over a dozen in the last 2 years. And, and I've still been able to clear like raquitos, you know what I mean? Fucking racks. So I'm just going to keep playing in these leagues. You know what I mean?
And Maine said, skipped mine. Didn't skip yours. Just hang out, man. Just hang out. We got a bunch of people here and we're like literally on multiple Facebook groups right now, on multiple YouTube channels. We're on Twitch. So just hang out.
Yeah, we're going to answer all the questions, bro. I'm about it.
And so someone on Facebook said I'd never do a slow draft auction. Yeah, me neither. I don't even know what the fuck that would be.
I was
5 players a day or something like that.
So that was actually the proposal. Seriously, that was the proposal because like he's in a slow auction draft where like they okay, and this is hella stupid, but this is how it was working for them because there's 12 individuals in his other draft, and while they're doing the auction,
and hold on, and let's just
go ahead.
At Clock. He said that this isn't on Huss's channel. Well, so this is the new channel we can't live stream over there because we streamed the Thursday night game and now they shut us down on live streaming. I don't know how long that's going to last. So turn on the notifications here. This is still our channel. It's just a smaller one and everything will be going to that channel, but it's all going to be an uploaded form
for now.
At least for now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Clock. I actually got Gemmo on the hunt right now. His heads are going to roll.
Antonio, yeah, I'll send you the link when we get off here. He said he'll join tonight if there's still room. Yes, sir. Yes, and in this one so far, we got Minnesota Marty, we got Crispy, we got Bogey, we got Song, we got Zach 710, Peacock, our man Hollywood Cole, and now Antonio. This is a good group of guys.
All hitters in this joint.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be one where nobody gets like a B or above.
A motherfucking we're all trying to get to the chocolate factory. God damn it.
Hell yeah.
Somebody tell Willy Wonka I'm coming. Pause.
And let's see. Who was let me see. Where's Maine? He said, let me try to find it. Where the fuck is it? It's like mixed in here. There we go. I said Allen, Eckler, Pollard, Cooper, Keenan Allen, and Njoku, Christian Watson, Kirk, 49ers defense. How you guys like that starting team? I mean, I don't like Pollard that much. I mean, that's just me being picky, though.
Yeah.
As an RB,
I hate Pollard.
Yeah. It's not too bad though. But see, like I would have rather went Eckler and then someone else instead of Pollard at the wide receiver, and because I mean, not that Cooper and Keenan Allen aren't good, but I feel like both of those guys are like wide receiver twos in a top heavy wide receiver world.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'd say he got 2 top 24 guys, right? You could at minimum.
Yeah.
If they play the whole seasons, right? But they also are 2 guys that they're just they're not always the healthiest. That Amari Cooper, the pooper scooper, and Keenan Allen Wayans.
Yeah. What up, Preston? He said, what up? What up? Excited for a new year. What are your guys' thoughts on Olave this year with Derek Carr throwing him the ball, higher upside? I think he has similar upside of what he had last year. I think it's just everyone thinks he has more upside because he's going into his sophomore year, which that should be a lot of tape on him now, though.
I mean, and Derek Carr is, I mean, since 2018, he's actually been, you know, with the league leaders of deep ball accuracy. So there's that, you know what I mean? And like, but when you look at someone like Devontae Adams last year, who was like a number 1 guy, got 30% target market share, which I promised Olave is not going to get, maybe 25%, maybe 23%, something like that. But I mean, if you're going to get 150 plus targets, which I think like it could be in the realm, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, because like that's what Devontae Adams needed. He literally needed to have 180 targets for him to finish the way he did, because you're gonna need some volume here. Or you're gonna have to bank on that accuracy, on that efficiency, and it's hard to bank on efficiency with Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why he was in the league leaders of deep ball accuracy is because he wasn't going deep.
Oh man, we have these fucking idiots in here again.
Okay.
Hold on. Brandon Little said, "Would you stop fishing for attention?" Yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah, if you don't want to, be tagged in a thing about advice in an advice group, you just shouldn't be here. And yeah, same thing with Steve.
Fishing for attention.
And Steve, you're a little bitch.
Stop crying.
Stop crying. You're a little bitch.
Oh, he didn't get his question answered?
No, he said, "Stop tagging me in your bullshit." So it's weird how, like, in a group of 95,000, that people think that like we know who they are. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck your life. How about that?
But shout out to Justin. He said the Who Dat Nation in the house. What up? What up on Facebook? There we go.
Shout out to the Saints Nation.
And let's see who else we got over here. So Marco said that he's gonna join tonight as well. So now we officially only got 2 spots left. And then also
the late nighter, huh? That mean it'll be like 5 a.m. for him.
Yeah, something like that. Well, early riser, late to sleep, one of the two. And anybody wants to get into a vampire draft? I believe we have 2 spots still available right now, and that's going to be drafting at 3 p.m. West Coast time. 3 p.m. West Coast time. $55 buy-in. What up, Song? Fuck. He said Pollard went 4th overall in my home league, and everyone was like, "What?" He said, and Jacobs went 7th overall.
People do crazy things. You know what's funny is if
Jacob got paid, you know.
Yeah, and if Jacobs didn't have that offseason how he did, he probably should have been like on a 1-2 turnaround in a single QB. You know what I mean? Like, because he was the fucking one of the best producers in the last 2 years straight. Like, it's not even an outlier at this point.
What up, Austin? And Clock said, "Love the Venom shirt, Bogey."
Thank you, Clock. You know what I'm saying? Hot topic. You know what I mean? My oldest, she always hits a hot topic, and I'm like, let me go see this motherfucker too.
Yeah,
see random dope Marvel shit.
Yeah. And Bake said, "What time's the best ball?" 5 p.m. West Coast time start time. It takes about 2 hours, give or take. And I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming that one because Noble's got karate at 4:00. So like really just depends on how and it's like 30 minutes away. So maybe we'll hop on, you know, after the first couple rounds or whatever.
Yeah.
And let's see, who's this Facebook user? Josh, I think. And he said long-term home PPR.
Somebody from work. Hold on.
Okay. Long-term home PPR 10-man keeper league, T. Higgins and Olave. With that said, I'm picking 1st overall and 7th, leaning JJ at number 1. Well, yeah, in the keeper league, you for sure should be getting that like a JJ. And then the best RB at 7th, probably going to be Bijan, Henry, Jacobs, or CMC. Best wide receiver at 7 is Diggs. Wilson. Gotta go JJ.
I like
Gotta go JJ with that first pick. And then
when money calls.
Nice. I'd probably be going still CMC there. I mean, yeah, go CMC at the 7.
If he's there at the 7, hell yeah. I mean,
curious if he would be.
You know, I think I love my flour mill. Even though it's all gummed up and shit from just putting like fucking like several trees through it.
More than the stash one.
Yeah, the stash one's cool. It's just like, I don't know, maybe it's because it's like a giant, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Marco, did you hear me for the Beverly Hills Ninja? So that one is going to be at that one's going to start at 5 p.m. West Coast time.
What's that in Germany? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And
it'd be 2 in the morning for him. No, it'd be 2. It'd be 3, 5 in the morning. Am I doing the math right? It's like 9 hours plus the 3.
He said 2.
Oh, so I had it right the first time. I added an extra 3 hours for nothing.
Let's see. And
that's not bad. You can stay up.
Let me see. It took Waddle. Trying to find these questions here, and shout out to what is this, Quispy? What up, Quispy? Throw a little thumbs up or something so I know you're still in there over on Twitch. And he said went 0 RB in a 12-man league. He said my RBs are Alvin Kamara, Brian Robinson, Raheem Mostert, Tank Bigsby. How screwed am I? Well, you're gonna need work because Kamara not starting for 3 weeks. That means you're rocking Brian Robinson and Raheem Mostert for the first couple weeks. I guess it could be worse, but you better be hella stacked in other places if you went that far, like 0 RB. I'm assuming you are.
And it's not bad. Like if you could somehow finagle those 3 weeks and then get Kamara back, like you'll be in good shape. It sucks though, like because you have to when you like in the spots that I have Kamara and redrafts, I definitely got Jamal Williams and tried to get Miller too. That's just because, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
my bad. Street sweepers coming through.
And who is this? This is a Facebook user.
Cleaning the streets.
This in the Dynasty. Yeah, this is Shannon. Took Waddle over S. Brown. Is that Amon-Ra? St. Brown? Yeah, gotta be. Over St. Brown and Devontae Adams. Full PPR thoughts. So he's in the Dynasty group. I mean, yeah, I'm all about that. He said he took Waddle. Well, actually, I guess I would have took St. Brown over Waddle.
St. Brown.
Yeah, I would have taken Waddle over Adams.
And there's an argument to be made, like, hey, you know, if Tyreek Hill is only there for, you know,
what up, Devo?
2 more seasons after this one, right? So he's there for 3 more seasons, and he said he wants to retire. Like, if that's true, like, hey, Waddle be, you know what I mean? In a couple of years, will be that guy. You know what I mean? But he already is a guy. I mean, he was a number 8 overall in a PPR last year, if I remember correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Alan said, "What's the Dynasty group?" So it's
Street Sweepers.
It's like literally the same. It's like literally the same thing. Except because the other one that you're in, it's fantasy football advice, experts, gurus, and beginners. So this one is just Dynasty advice, Dynasty fantasy football advice, experts, gurus, and beginners.
Man, stop fishing for attention.
So let me see. Let me try to get over there, and I'll share the link because I think he's watching from the personal page.
Nice.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out.
All right, here goes the link for the Dynasty group, and oh man, crispy. It's funny because I can't see the names when they pop up on Facebook. Like when they're coming from the group, and I was like, oh, I'm about to rip on someone. It's Crispy. He said, stop tagging me in your bullshit. Get a real job, dude. I was about to go crazy on someone right now. I was about to smoke.
I love my dad. My dad's a fool, bro.
Fucking asshole.
Hey, he laughing right now, huh? He's somewhere right now laughing hella hard.
And
got him.
He got his cards and stuff sent to him, and I sent him from those from the odor exterminator, you know,
Mhm.
guys. I sent him a hippie love car, little car hanger or whatever. And he was like, man, it smells like hippie love in my car right now.
Oh shit! Hey, you know, I ain't gonna lie. If you told me hippie love was like a fragrance, I would think it was like a musty ass room where no one showered and everyone was like having an orgy on drugs.
For sure, for sure. And I'm
Yeah.
sure Crispy was a part of some hippie love.
I'm pretty sure his truck smells like there's like a big old hippie orgy in there.
Uh-oh, why didn't the Instagram link work? Marco, let me I saw you followed me earlier. I followed you back. And someone yesterday said they used the link and they found me through there, but I'll share the
In the
Instagram link.
like the link in the bio.
Yeah, I mean, someone
I need,
yesterday
I
said
need
that
to
it
get
worked.
like a link. I need to get like a link tree. I need to just fuck around and do that already.
Well, then fuck the link tree. I'll send you the link of where it's like $5 a month, but it's like way sicker. It's the one that I use. It's
Okay.
it's real dope, and it looks way better than Linktree. Yeah, Linktree.
It's funny because it's like it definitely looks doper. Freer though. Sometimes it really gets me.
420 AM radio said, I think some people join the Facebook advice group because they're like giving advice, not seeking it. Yeah, but like most of those people like suck at giving advice as well. Because like I've never had any like there's multiple content creators that are like
you mean those people were fishing for attention? That's what they were doing.
The ones that are fishing for attention, they're getting jealous of me fishing for attention at the same time.
You're getting more bigger attention fish than them.
Because they can't
no attention fish with this bait.
Because they can't hit the at everyone once a week.
Right, they got to go individually.
And Austin, what up, bro? He said some people are so toxic in that group for no reason. Yeah, that's just social media, you know, in general.
Yeah, it's just like, and you know, that's what sucks if you're like aliens watching the world. If like you tapped into like, okay, let's see how they interact. Like, hey, they're really terrible over there. It's like, well, what do they do? Well, they just kind of talk shit behind these screens. And no one ever really does anything. But then it makes them develop like mental health issues or be socially awkward or not have actual social interactions. So all they know is like emojis and stuff. And they're like 40 and haven't touched pussy that they didn't pay for.
Fucking Antonio. He says so many times I want to tag in the group page and ask if I can get them a tampon.
Sometimes I just want to go in that group and be like, fantasy football sucks. What? Everybody mad.
Oh
like,
man.
See, we all got together on something, didn't we?
Yeah. Man, you know what's so funny? So like there was a lot of years ago where I was making like these like random memes. And one of them was one that I did for the league. And check this out. Because it literally it totally came back full circle. And someone posted it into like the chat on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And I got so thrown back because I created this like 10 years ago. And I was back. I didn't even have an iPhone yet.
And it's crazy.
And it was
memes have been around for over 10 years now. That I think about it, like, wow, memes have been around.
Yeah, and it was a meme generator app. And so it was like hella basic, but you could just put words on the top and put words on the bottom of like any picture that you chose.
Hell yeah.
And so here goes the meme that I created. I don't think it gets more classic for fantasy football than this. Fantasy football. It's about proving that you are better than your friends. And it's Ruxin on there as well.
Shout out to Rux.
So I was so thrown back when this shit got posted. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, where'd you find this? I was like, I created this like 10 years ago. And the dude didn't respond or anything. But then I just searched that. I just searched it, just the words on there. And it came up on some like quick meme site or whatever. And it was like, here's a meme that explains fantasy football. Like 100% explains fantasy football.
Wow. That's kind of cool, huh?
I mean, it'd be cool if I was getting money out of it somehow, but I mean, it's cool that like it's circulating.
Well, you
still
can't
10 years later
publish those like imageries.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm sure there is means out there to publish your memes or whatever. Like I mean, like we were just talking about this with people's art, right? Like that with that kangaroo gangster dude. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, your shit start floating around. You gotta publish. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
Yeah. And it's so funny. Marco from the future. He said, "You're the first real person following me on Instagram. The other 4 are sort of bots." Probably some chicks trying to sell you some stuff, right? Like those are usually the bots that come around for any male.
Yeah, or dudes that are like parading around as like hot chicks.
And Antonio said, "Respin, hell yeah," and Peacock said, "Forever unclean." Facebook user said, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt, what?
Question mark?
Yeah, he said Kareem Hunt question mark for sure.
What, did he die?
Oh, he's just, nobody wants him.
I mean,
he needs to, that Will Smith one needs to be for like, Kareem Hunt.
I mean,
why don't you want me, man?
I mean, when you kick abroad on, it's kind of a bad look. And it literally took the former GM that was with the Browns at the time, the same GM that was with the Chiefs that drafted Kareem Hunt. It was that guy that brought him over to Cleveland for that little time period. So there's that, and that guy now that guy's with the Colts. So I thought that was going to make sense. Remember they tried to bring him in?
Yeah.
And he said, I want money. They're like, yeah, we don't have money for you.
They're like, simple. Okay. Do you remember what Rashad Penny's getting paid? We're going to offer you a similar contract to that.
Yeah, Rashad Penny was the year after drafted in the first round.
Yeah, and I'm talking about his his pay right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. What is he getting? Like 900,000?
Let's see what his total is. 1.35.
My bad. You mean to undershoot him there? He's getting the big bucks.
He's getting over $1 million. He's in that $1 million category.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt's not.
Got to be league minimum though, I'm assuming.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but it was funny though, is because even Dalvin Cook, before getting a deal, he was still getting $2 million from Minnesota doing nothing. Kareem Hunt getting nothing. I'm surprised he didn't he should have went the Melvin Gordon route and just start getting $2-year, $2-3 million deals.
Yeah, but Kareem still had like false hope though.
I mean, I think he stands on what he believes in. He's like, listen, I had to kick that bitch out of my room. Because for real was one of the homies that brought her, and she was just a lingerer. You know what I mean? And here's Kareem Hunt. He's in this fucking suite that they're all in the same hotel room, and he's with his girl. And the girl's like, yo, get that bitch out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this? Because meanwhile, they're all homies and everyone knows each other, and here's this random broad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Isaac, let's smoke it up. He said, pass the Dutchie to the left. Let's get it. And let's see.
I'm mad at the Dutch. I'm a backward guy myself.
What up, Texas Stevie? Said, hey, I got an IDP league tonight. What round should I be looking for defensive players? Well, you really have to feel out the draft. Like with that, like first off, how many offensive starters do you have? Because my default answer is going to be like, as soon as you fill up all offense, then go to the defense. But you got to see what everyone else is doing though, as well.
Yeah, because I don't mind at one point I go, I'm gonna take Olakun or Roquan or Nick Bowen, just one of them big old dogs right there. You know what I'm saying? I like they should be the first IDPs off the board. You know what I mean? And
also depends on how many IDPs you actually start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point too.
Carl said that's why the last time I paid for pussy was when I was 39.
I like it because I said a motherfucker's 40 is as shout out to Carl, man. Carl make you laugh hard, but I ain't gonna lie.
And Marco, he said Clyde Edwards Bustler. He said is still an option in Dynasty.
I'm pretty sure he's already busted.
I have the places that I randomly have him. I don't have the balls to drop him yet because we have so many spots. So I'll just keep him over. Like I still had Antonio Brown, roster on a couple teams.
Just in case.
I had to get rid of him. I just forgot. Like I picked him up when it could have been a thing that he was coming back or whatever.
But it was funny though too because he was like, "All right, Ravens, I'm ready." Ravens respond, "We're not interested."
we never said we were interested.
But look, y'all, I'm ready to come back, NFL.
Hey, shout out to Manny. Long time no see on Facebook. What up?
What up, Manny?
Hearst, what up? Hey, so the main channel, we're not able to stream there, so we're going to be streaming randomly on the Silver Screen Breakdowns, getting everybody ready for this week. We're breaking down The League Season 2, and it's crazy how much like fluff there is in Season 2.
Yeah. I was trying to power through a couple episodes again last night before I went to sleep. I was like, some of these are just kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you sign up for a second season and you go double episodes, because then I'm pretty sure that third season, they're like, okay, this is what we did wrong. You know what I mean?
They for sure got back to the basics a little bit more because, like, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things to where, like, fantasy football is the main storyline of the whole thing, but then it gets overshadowed in a lot of these different episodes because, like, I mean, they're writing them a lot. I feel like in Season 2 and beyond, they were writing the episodes a little bit earlier than in Season 1. Season 1, it was like they were almost doing the South Park shit where they were like writing it the week of. They already knew like who did what, you know, in the games, because they were doing specific call outs. Like,
yeah, and it was like it was along the lines of, like, or at least close to it as the actual season going.
Yeah, and like the one with Antonio Gates where he had like 4 touchdowns or whatever. Like that was cool that they turned that into a whole storyline because Gates went crazy in that game. It was with the Travis Kelce game of last year. He scores 4 touchdowns. Insane.
Who was that? Was it Will? Who was that tight end from the Giants? It was probably like in 2015. He had a 4 touchdown game. It was like Will Ty or some shit.
Not Tyree, right?
No, like Will Ty. It was a tight end. But like there was a guy, he scored like 4 touchdowns. I don't know if it was Will Ty. It was somebody that was. I remember like trading him away, but it was like a Thursday nighter. Might have been 3. Either way, who cares?
It was 3, and it was Larry Donnell.
Larry Donnell. That's throwback. What was that? 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I traded him off, bro. It was a Thursday night. I traded him off, like, you know, it was one of those ones you send out and then someone accepted it already.
Oh man, we got someone. He got Brandon's got some sand in his bonus hole. Don't cry. Don't cry, man. Don't cry.
Oh, it's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay in life. Maybe.
Probably not.
I mean, because if things like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you, Brandon. If this bothers you, like what we're doing, if that bothers you, like life is gonna be really rough for you. If something like this bothers you,
probably,
you know what I mean. Don't go outside. Because you're gonna run into savages like me that'll just put you in your place. You know what I mean?
He's probably at his shitty job right now, and his boss is like, "What are you doing over there?"
Maybe he's in his mom's basement.
Get your ass back to work.
He's still in his pajamas. What is the East Coast time right now? It's like 11. He's just like a fucking loser. Like I just got a phone call and made some good money, like 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Then I go back doing what I enjoy with the homies. You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny when people they just assume, I'll do things better with your life. Like, yeah, I am. I just felt good by shitting on him. I think I did better by him. I think I did right by him. I'm not going to lose sleep tonight. I would have lost sleep if I didn't shit on that kid and let him know that this world is going to be really rough for him. It's going to have a rough go at it. I wouldn't bet money on that kid.
420 AM radio said in a commercial voice, the Hippie Love air freshener fits all vehicles regardless of size, age, or color, and imparts remnants of body sweat, organic eggshells, Hedo, dust, aged farts, and oak barrels. Call the number below. And if you order in the next 15 minutes, you'll receive a free crate of multi-use old newspapers that can double as toilet paper or gift wrapping paper for the holidays. Lines are open. Call now.
Hey, those hippies are fucking brilliant, huh? and you know, it don't matter what car it is. It works for any car. But you know, they driving one of them VW joints. You know what I'm talking about? The vans and shit.
For sure. Oh yeah. And shout out to the Facebook user, Chris C. What up? Shout out, because I think you left this in there earlier, but some of those other idiots' comments kind of overshadowed yours and pushed yours up. So he said, best draft strategy recommend for a 10-man PPR 7th spot. Well, first, if Kelce somehow makes it to the 7th, it's Kelce all the way. But 10-man league, I want to be top heavy everywhere. And I feel like you're going to be able to like easily be able to do that. I'm going running back, wide receiver, running back with the first two. And I'm probably doing a combination of that for the first 4 rounds if I can't get Kelsey.
I'm not mad in a 10 team starting Kelsey and like, Amon-Ra, or, even CeeDee Lamb. Then that
Peace
range
out, Antonio.
Peace out, Antonio. I mean, shit, I wouldn't even mind like say like Tyreek Hill and Kelsey is gone, bro. I'm not even mad. I'll take CeeDee Lamb at the 7th spot, maybe in a target like a Nick Chubb. You know what I mean? On that turnaround, hoping that Nick Chubb's there. You know what I mean? Because
I almost want to go running back in the first round if more than 3 running backs go in those first.
Okay, what are the 3? So it'd be like CMC, Eckler, and Bijan.
Potentially, yeah. Or I mean, it could be a Saquon, it could be Nick Chubb. I mean, we've seen all those guys kind of go at running back 3.
Yeah, single QB shit.
Because in the 10-teamer, I mean, there's more guys who are like in the top like 2 tiers. I don't know. Like if we consider Jefferson, Chase, and Hill, if we consider those guys like the top tier, I feel like there's just more in the tier 2 guys than there is.
And there's always a crazy asshole that goes Mahomes, no matter fucking what. I swear to God, in those home leagues, it just happens. There's gonna be some crazy asshole takes Mahomes, and he's not that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we see him go at the back end of the first, early second. I mean, yeah, we saw him go in the Wafers League in like the 4th overall or something. So
I saw him go at the 9th. He went the 8th spot.
Yeah,
in 1. Yeah, 1-8.
Yeah, so really, it's just in a 10-team league, it's going to be about building evenly because you're not really going to make a lot of trades. There's just usually not a lot of trades in 10-teamers because everybody's stacked.
Mm-hmm.
And Elias said 9:30 here. I got to go to college soon. What? Where are you at? Because is you on the West Coast with us somewhere? I'm in Vegas.
Yeah.
Bogey's in Cali.
Yeah, I'm in Cali. And night, hey, shit, you know what I'm saying? He's a smart man. He's like, listen, dude, I hate those 8 o'clock classes, right? You guys start to get the 10 o'clock, the 9 o'clock joints, you know what I mean? So you can just waltz in that motherfucker. Motherfuckers ain't even brush his teeth. He just woke up, shit, I gotta go. Motherfucker just smoking a blunt before he even brush his teeth type of shit. I get to class.
Elias said, would you trade Kelsey in it? No. I'm not trading Kelsey away.
We already have these rules. There's like one of the rules is if you have Kelsey, you don't trade him away. And the other rule is if you don't have Kelsey, try to trade for Kelsey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that would be counteractive if you trade him away and then try to see, that's funny. Niner MMA said it. The answer if you're trading Kelsey is always no. I wouldn't even read the rest of the question because you said trade away Kelsey.
Yeah, no, I like winning. And there's Kelsey's gonna be a part of a lot of winning formulas here. It is every year like that.
For sure. And let's see. Facebook user, who is this? Jim. What up, Jim?
What up,
Jim? Said, smarter to grab a top RB than Hurts Allen on the turnaround in a 10-teamer. I think so, because the difference between like tier 1 RBs and tier 2, tier 3, way more significant drop off than like Hurts and Allen to like Burrow, Trevor, Herbert. Like, I mean, those would be like kind of the next guys up. I would rather wait a round or 2, get guys like that who are still top tier guys, than skip out on the top RB, because all the RBs are probably going to be like all those top tier ones are going to be gone by your 3rd pick.
Yeah, those like where's the tier drop after Chubb and Henry? Like I'd say Najee.
Yeah,
I mean, is that tier, and Najee's probably a guy that kind of falls into the 2-3 turnaround area, and I'm okay getting Najee there. I'd rather Najee over Stevenson, but also Stevenson tends to go like in that cluster. And then it's like where people decide to take Jacobs these days, right? Like there's always some. I feel like Jacobs is a lock in the 2nd round these days because like we know his situation. He got his bag for the year, so he's secure, and he's back to work. So you know what I mean? Like people that might not remember that right initially, he's been falling.
Yeah. And Marco said, got Addison. What? Got Addison. Something Rodriguez, Thornton, Singletary, Nakobe
Rodriguez, right?
It's like starred. I don't know what it is. I think I don't know if it's because like
he said a curse word.
No, he didn't say a curse word, but I wonder if it's just because it's like a full name or something. Like Twitch is like, just like marking, like crossing some of it out. He said Singletary, Nakobe Dean in the 8th round draft. What's your opinion on those players?
Love N'Kobe Dean.
Yeah. I mean,
and then
Singletary's whatever, Thornton's whatever. I mean, if
yeah.
it's Chris Rodriguez, yeah, I mean he's whatever, but I mean I know it's a big
it takes an injury for him, I'm sure.
Addison's cool.
Yeah, I like Addison. Yeah, it's like, man, I feel like it's all like depth.
And Matt says at the 10-hole 12-teamer, do yourself a favor, go wide receiver, wide receiver. All depends on the league that you play in. If it's 3 wide receivers, I'm down for that. But if it's only 2, if it's only 2, I'm not doing that though. I'm going running back and wide receiver there.
I can't resist. I can't resist that. I'm not gonna lie. I still go snapping off all them receivers. Like I just can't. I can't resist when I'm on that back end, and I could like maybe get a CeeDee Lamb.
But you know that you're gonna make a bunch of. You know that you're gonna make a bunch of trades. Like I'm assuming that most people in here.
I don't go into every draft like that, but I just like I you know what I mean?
What draft do you go into not thinking that literally as soon as the draft's over, you might be able to make a trade?
Oh, every single one of them. I mean, I don't go into the draft like doing things like,
well,
to be
no,
like,
you
okay,
don't.
like, yeah, I'm not like the Travis Kelce guy who gets Mark Andrews and like,
yeah. I'm not saying you draft a trade. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like it to trades. You know why? Because I hate my teams every time. Say, fuck, I got to make some trades.
Well, you probably hate your teams because your running backs suck.
Yeah, but everything else is always awesome. But yes, okay. And I'm okay. I mean, I win every year doing crazy shit like this. So it's like, you know what I mean? I mean, not saying I win for sure every year, but I'm always in the thick of it because, man, being top heavy is top heavy, bro. You know what I mean? No matter what, in what regard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's funny. And Marco, he said the people who do a mock to trade, that just makes no sense, right? When you're doing a mock draft and you even draft in a mock draft, like, oh yeah, someone's gonna have to trade me. It's not a real league; it's a fake draft. Oh man, those people are just so fucking stupid.
I remember I'm not gonna say no names, right? But when I was in this mock draft this a couple years ago, it was like when Zoom was like the only one that could like get like 12 people on. So it's like every single fucking one of us, and we're all getting hell hammered. And we're doing a mock draft, and we're probably like up like round 11 out of like 15, and someone goes, "Let's make this a real league." And everyone's like, "Yeah," and it's like they're like, "Oh yeah, make it cheap, like $20 or like yeah." And I'm like, I don't want to spend 20. I'll do is mock draft things.
Yeah,
and like, bro, but like my team sucked so bad, but I made hella trades, and I ended up going the distance. You know what I mean? Oh, these stupid fucks let me do it. You know what I mean? I was like, who the fuck does that? Who just like, there was one guy too. He had a good ass team. He actually went on to win it. Yeah, he's like, hey, we should make this a real draft. Like this fucking asshole.
And Chris said, Chris on Facebook said, you like D-Hop this year. I mean, I'm not super like excited about him, but it really just all depends on where I could get him because no matter what, he's going to get a lot of volume.
I mean, like he'll get. I like to put it like he's gonna get the biggest slice of that pie, but I don't think with the passing pie is that big over there. You know what I mean?
This might be the first year in a long time because they were really close to 50%. I mean, both teams, the Ravens and the Titans, were like just right below. It's like 49 and 48% passing compared to
they did play from behind in like damn near every one of those fucking games too. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I mean. And then, like, and Tannehill, I mean, he was able to make AJ Brown a thing. And if you want to say, AJ Brown and DeAndre Hopkins are two totally different receivers, but one thing they have in common is the efficiency.
Tino literally just said Titans D-Hop equals Titans AJ Brown. So go ahead and say again what you just said.
Okay, I said they're two totally different receivers, but the one thing that they have in common is the efficiency. As far as their targets, right? Like they barely drop anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like DeAndre Hopkins' career drops are like less than like a dozen, I think. I might even be overshooting it. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah. But one thing, and here's the thing.
He has the record for the most amount of catches in a season without a drop.
See what I'm saying? And it's like
single season.
But everywhere he's been, from the Texans to the Cards, he's been enjoying like a legit 25, 28. 30% target market share. That's not, you know what I mean? Maybe he's in the 20s here, 21, maybe with Tennessee.
Yeah. And Facebook user, this is Jim. He said 9th pick, 12-team PPR super flex. I'm taking a top three QB that falls. I mean, they might not even fall. It depends on your league specifically.
Joe
But
Burrow falls because people are so frightened.
yeah, and he said then pair up with Diggs. He said if Allen falls, do you pair up with Diggs or a top running back?
I don't know. I got you. Water.
If there's 3 wide receivers, then I'm probably going wide receiver. But yeah, I don't think you should be like hell bent on any of those top 3 QBs like making it to number 9 because they might not,
unless you know your league mates.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know what I mean, because you know them better than us. I can assume, right? But I could also assume that these plans don't always go accordingly. You know what I mean? So you just got to be water. You know what I mean? But if you know where your league mates is at and where their head is at, what they're targeting, that'll help you kind of shape this plan if you wanted to have one outside of just best player available.
Okay, and he said his league waits on QBs.
Okay.
If they wait on QBs, then why not get a wide receiver or a running back with that first pick and then pick the QB at your second spot? Because you only have 6 picks in between your first and second pick.
And for the sake of it, if like he feels he wants that Mahomes or whatever the QB is, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay with a St. Brown or possibly help me out here. Who goes in that range?
CD AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Like you're hoping to get one of those guys, but you could already secure one of them for sure at that spot initially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got to weigh 6 picks. I mean, like,
because I'm okay going QB wide receiver there. It's just you got to hit on the, you skip out on those running backs. You just got to hit with the ones that you choose.
And if Kelsey's there too, like that positional advantage, like you almost can't pass it. And then there's your piece of Mahomes. You know what I mean?
And there he go.
He said he's at the 8 ball.
9. And Jim said, I like that. He said, I really want Mahomes, Allen, or Hurts, though, for sure. And yeah,
I get it. I get it. Like,
if you could get a Joe Burrow in the second, though, like, I mean, how big is the drop off really? Like,
maybe even a third. Maybe even in the 3rd round. You know what I mean? Like, because I think Joe Burrow's about to kill shit like he always does.
Yeah.
Even if he got a bad cat, put his ass in the shotgun. Fuck it. He got Higgins and Chase. This is, you know what I mean? It's nasty.
And Denny on Facebook in the Dynasty group, he said, should I draft Gibbs in the 1st round? I'm going to say no.
Of a Dynasty?
Yeah, he's in the Dynasty group, so I'm assuming Dynasty question. I'm going to say no, but if it's a single QB, I'm not opposed to it if it's like late 1st, but you really better hope he hits. I don't like Gibbs like that, so I would just be avoiding him in the 1st round.
Yeah,
I'd go like wide receiver.
I'm going receivers.
Yeah,
I'm going longer shelf life. It's Dynasty startup. I don't want to ruin my shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be pissed for years. And running backs, they tend to have a shorter shelf life. I mean, think about the people that was asking the same thing last year. Hey, I think to take Breece Hall, and it probably worked out till it didn't, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's a running back, and that just tends to happen to running backs, bro. And there's when I'm drafting in Dynasty, man, there's so many receivers right now to start your shit up real nice and snug, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and there we go. Jim said Burrow and Herbert. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can get one of those.
Herbert,
get one of them.
He already went for 5,000 before, bro. Who's to say he can't?
Crispy said, "Did I get any slack on Facebook?" I was getting ready to talk shit to you until I saw it was you.
That's funny. Who's this motherfucker? I'm gonna boot him so good. God damn it.
What up, OG Keebs on Twitch? He said, I ended up keeping Kelsey, and my league mates flipped the shit. And they were even mentioning taking away the tight end slots. It's because it's always going to be everyone who doesn't have Kelsey that they're like, man, fuck these tight ends. It's always like that. But that's why these years ago now, this is going on 3 years, where in all these leagues, I've removed the tight end spot, but we make it tight end premium. So it still makes a guy like Kelsey like still a cheat code, even in the flex spot.
And you know what? I've really that really made me proud right now when he said, "Hey, listen, I kept Kelsey, the motherfucker say, get rid of the tight ends." Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, you already got your whole league on tilt, and the year hadn't even started yet. Let's fucking go. Fuck those motherfuckers. That's how I feel. It'd be all my greatest friends in my home league, all my brothers from another. But once we get in that arena, fuck all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, and Jim, he said, nice. Jim said, you guys are pretty cool. Never seen this. Getting high and talking fantasy football. That's what it's all about. I know there's a bunch of weed smokers who love fantasy football.
Yeah.
And if you're in one of those states where it's not legal and you're like super conservative, we're just doing what everyone else is doing in those. We're just smoking.
Pray for us.
We're smoking instead
for those of y'all that live in the Bible Belt. Just pray for my soul.
And Jim, go follow us on YouTube. So we got multiple YouTube channels. The one that I sent you is the one where we're going to be doing the live streams. And yeah, we got content coming out all over the place. And who else is this? Chris, he said, last question, I promise. No problem, man. If you want like more extensive help, just go to my website, oneononeffadvice.com. Get on the superstar tier or higher, and you'll get direct DM access to me. So even if you don't catch us when we're live, you're able to get some questions answered. And you want to be on the superstar tier or higher because we're going to have exclusive live streams where you have to be a member to even be able to participate. So that's oneononeffadvice.com.
One-on-one with the great one.
And let's see. He says, trade away JT for Breece Hall and Adam Thielen.
No.
Not for, I mean, there needs to be someone different in there than Thielen. Because I'm cool trading JT away for Breece plus, but it's got to be a way better wide receiver than Thielen.
I think if someone's willing to take JT right now, you don't have to move him just yet. And let's wait to see what happens with JT. Because if he goes to like Miami, you might, and you still want to move JT, you probably flip him for more. Say he ends up staying with the Colts, you still circle back around to that original person. I'm sure they would still want JT. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Marco, this is fucking ridiculous because I know you're right about this. He said no tight end spot, but 2 kicker spots. He said that's real shit. I know that there's people who do stupid shit like that, and it makes 0 sense to me. Even the 2 tight end spots, like I don't even get that. Like, how is that fun? There's only like 2 or 3 good tight ends every year, and now everybody has to start 2. It just makes like those teams who have real shitty ones like not even able to compete. Like,
I mean, outside of our community leagues that are like all $55 each, like the redrafts, right? All my redrafts are 100, 150, 200. We got a $600 one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not fucking playing with these redrafts. So when I'm in, there's no way someone says, "Hey, you want to join my league? How much is it? $200." Yeah, you guys kickers. Nope. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even.
How many bench spots? How many bench spots you got? Oh, 5? No, I'm not gonna spend my money on that shit. You know,
I wouldn't even join Bogey's $200 league this year because it's on Yahoo, and I feel like I'm gonna be at a disadvantage because switching back and forth from Sleeper to Yahoo on waiver day.
That's a hell of a stance.
And
he's like, listen, if I have to switch at all, fuck that. You got a vampire joint?
Yeah, but see, those ones, assuming I'm not the vampire, and if I am the vampire, that means I could do moves anytime throughout the week. I only make 1 move throughout the week, and there's only
it's no big deal. People, it's gonna be easy to. I know degenerates.
Oh yeah, for sure. We know. I mean, there's a bunch. I'm sure who will take over. Yeah, it's that's my stance. So I just can't do Yahoo.
And they all took the stance on me because I'm like, hey, we're moving it to Sleeper. Y'all are like, nope. Like, you moving off Yahoo, I'm not in. I'm like, fuck, like 6 of y'all. I'm like, okay, new announcement. We're keeping it on Yahoo. It's like fuck, and then like I tried. I shut down all my other Yahoos on purpose, and then Steve Muck goes, well, we're never moving the Eastside League off Yahoo. I'm like, okay, so that's my 1 Yahoo, but now I have stuck with the 2.
You know what you got to do? You got to get the guy impeached as commissioner. And then Bogey's got to take power. And then you just got to do what everyone else did and then just make an executive decision. Who cares if they dethrone you? Because you've already moved it to Sleeper.
I'll even just resign after. Now that we're on Sleeper,
I don't need to be commissioner.
I'm relinquishing my commissioner duties.
And OG Keeb, so he said, wait, how would tight end premium work? Well, first, you have to be on a platform that allows it. So, like, I don't think Yahoo, ESPN, or NFL app, I don't even think you can create tight end premium. On Sleeper, you can. And so let's say, so for ours specifically, a lot of them, they're 2.0 PPR because of the IDP, and then the tight ends are 2.5 per reception.
And when he says we do 2 points per reception because the IDPs is because the IDPs are 1, 2, 3 scoring or in sleeper, and they're like they pack a punch every week. You know what I mean? You get a good linebacker, this motherfucker could be putting up 20, 30 burgers for you weekly. So, you know, to combat that, we make it 2 points per reception, but we take out the tight end spot and put an extra regular flex. So if you have a tight end, you got to put them in the flex, but it's a tight end premium. They're getting 2.5 points per reception.
Yeah, and on there's a lot of other. If I do a 1.0 PPR league, the tight end premium would be 2.0, so it makes them a tiny bit more valuable. At least a guy like Kelsey is super valuable.
Yeah,
but all these shitty tight ends that nobody wants to play. First off, you don't have to play them if you don't want to, and second off, they get double per reception, so they get 3 receptions in a game. That's really like getting 6.
See, and here's the thing too, is like when you give me the option, it's like if I don't get Kelsey or any of those like what I would consider like top tier tight ends, I just don't even have them. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I have extra flex. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going crazy. I'm going like 6 wide receiver sets. I'm going like 5 running back sets. Like I'm having fun with those team builds because you know what I'm saying, that's our format allows it. You know what I'm saying?
And Tino said, how could we add O-line to fantasy football?
Never.
You don't.
Never,
you don't.
Tino. That's a bad joke. I know he's joking. It's my birthday.
I know, yeah. And okay, but I have seen a league that does have O-line in there. No idea how they score their points. I mean, I'm sure it's blocks.
Bro, I'm not sitting on a table. If I'm sitting on the table and it's like, okay, this is a high stakes league right here. How much is it? It's $500. Okay. Yeah. So lay me out the format here. We got 3 wide receiver sets. Okay. Like it. Super flex. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, tight end premium. Okay. Yeah. Oh, what is this O-line right here? Team O-lines? What? Fuck that. That's as bad as team defense. Yeah. That's terrible. In the words of Derek.
Said points for pancakes. Right? Get those pancake sacks. And their pancake blocks, I mean, and probably be the negative points for sacks is what I would assume, or QB hits.
Yeah, like you would start off with 10 points, like a team D, and then it just subtracts as things go along or adds.
Yeah, 420 AM radio said if you take Kelsey with a top 5 pick and Mahomes in the 3rd round, I feel like you're relying on coin flips for you to get to the playoffs. No, I mean. It depends on how many you're talking. A 10-team league, 12-team league. First off, if you're talking a 12-team league, Mahomes probably is not making it to the 3rd anyways. So I'm assuming there's a 10-team league you're talking about, and you're going to be able to get a really dope wide receiver, a running back with that 2nd pick, and a solid enough other spot on the wide receiver, running back in the 4th.
In a 10-teamer, you're supposed to be top heavy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in a 12-teamer, you know what I'm saying? It's a motherfucking.
If you're not top heavy in a 10-team league, like you're on the bottom half. Like that's just the way that it is. Like if you look at your team and you're like, man, I got a weakness here. Like you're already probably not a playoff team. Because 10-teamers, everybody's fucking stacked. Everybody is.
And most 10-teamers, 60% get in. So it's like, don't be that bottom 4 guy, man.
Yeah,
it has at least don't be that guy. It looks like him after the draft. You know what I mean? Everyone's supposed to look stacked right after the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And who's this Facebook user here? Matt said, who are some defenses to target late? I like the Jets. They seem to be going pretty late, and they're going to kill it, especially with their front.
I'm in team defenses. I'm always of the mindset to stream. I start off with Washington against Arizona. That's a nice one to start with,
and that's like free.
Yeah, and then who's playing the just target whoever's playing.
Patriots always go late.
Yeah,
I know they're playing the Eagles week 1, but
that means they've been game planning for the Eagles all offseason.
And just because you're going to give up points, I mean, it all depends on your scoring. That's why I hate team defense, because there's so many different like scoring. But like, if they could give up a bunch of points, but that's still the type of defense that can fumble to the house, an interception to the house. Like a lot of turnovers come from the Patriots. Like we always.
I mean, and the Jets, they play Josh Allen on a Monday night, week 1, right? I'm not mad at having a defense on a Monday night, but he's still playing against Josh Allen and them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's that. Like that's why I'm just gonna target who's playing the shitty QB, and we're gonna beat up on him with a bad offensive line. Oh, Give me
I bet
Washington against
you
Arizona.
Josh Allen is going to take like 5+ sacks on that Monday night.
I hope not. Shit.
That doesn't mean he can't throw for 405 touchdowns, but I think he's going to take 5+ sacks in that game. And a couple of them are going to be those coverage sacks that he's, trying to stay in the pocket, rolls out a little bit, but doesn't run, trying to make the play. And then, just takes that sack.
Just holding on the ball a little too long. You know what's crazy is Robert Saleh, his defense, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously I'm very familiar with him being a Niner fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're always susceptible to the mobile QBs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's kind of owned the Jets in this past couple years, so there is that. But like I said,
their defensive line, oh man, like it's gonna be so nasty this year.
I even like our man Jermaine Johnson the second year. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to see him take a little bump up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And but yeah, Quinnen Williams, like he's such a savage. He's gonna get drafted so high in these IDP leagues because of hard knocks.
When you have to start a DL, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
you know what? But yeah, I'm just gonna pound that home. Washington week 1, bro. Like they're about, like I was just thinking about it even more. They just traded away one of their offensive linemen too the other day. Like their line was already bad. It's gonna be either Colt McCoy or Josh Dobbs or whoever the fuck it is, Clayton,
Clayton Tune,
but it's gonna be to the tune of fucking 6-7 sacks with fucking Chase Young and goddamn fucking that monstrous ass front.
This is hilarious. Derek just came in here out of nowhere. He said that is terrible.
Because I just say in the words of Derek, it's terrible. That's my new favorite one, actually.
And OG Keep said, yeah, that sounds pretty dope and appealing. So we're using Yahoo right now, but yeah, I'll definitely bring that up. Yeah, Yahoo's a little bit limiting on certain things, and including the tight end premium. That's sure.
I just feel like when you start to step into the realm of like real like fantasy degenerate, like sleeper is like the home. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Marco is such a savage. He said, I had Madden 2010 on PS2 and I started a career as a center. He said, most boring shit ever.
Why? You know what I mean?
Like that's the, I mean,
what? I'm going to do the whole season as a center.
Like I remember doing creating like a defensive tackle because just like in Madden, like especially like back then,
they go high.
We're
talking, go high in those drafts.
There would always be like 3 or 4, and it's crazy because like doing so many of those simulated drafts, like you really get a good idea of how like what's very, very important to these NFL teams, and it was like there'd be the cornerbacks going like hella high, there'd be like only a couple QBs going in the first round, a lot of left tackles,
linebackers would always fall.
Yeah, like linebackers would never be a first round guy unless, I mean, back then it was like Ray Lewis. Maybe he went in the first round, but like nobody else, and but yeah, the D tackles though, that was the defensive position, maybe outside a cornerback that like
Calais Campbell was going high.
Oh yeah, like I'm trying to think
Jabril Peppers.
No, Peppers was
back then.
Well, he was an end, but not interior. But
okay,
it'd be like Vince Wilfork.
Talking about that front line in general.
It'd be like Vince Wilfork, like he was, like he was like
big old Vince with the Patriots, Vince.
Yeah, for sure.
And Texans, Vince.
Yeah, and what up, Greg? Let me see. He said I can't find this on YouTube. Yeah, so here we go. Go to this YouTube link.
Shout out to Greg.
Let me see. Let me double check and make sure that.
Let me plug in my shit. About to die.
That one over there. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It did not come over there. That's what sucks about Facebook. For whatever reason, the links don't share all the time. There we go. There's the link. Make sure you subscribe to this new YouTube channel. We're gonna be doing the live streams there today. And Facebook user says, any drafts on Sleeper? So who is this? Dave. What up, Dave? Yes. So today we have a $10 draft on Sleeper. It's a best ball draft. It has 10 offensive starters, 5 IDP starters, and 15 bench spots. It's $10, and there's thousands of dollars on the line. This is Division 73 that we're doing. And her said, no extendo today, just using Wesley pipes. There we go. Yeah, what did he say? No Scarface, no Billy Bong Thornton without Kenny, man. That would not be right. Use Wesley pipes. Yeah. And Blake said, do 1,000. We just drafted our $600 league. That was the one where we were live in Vegas doing the draft. There was only a couple people who were drafting remotely. So yeah, $600 league is our big money league this year.
Yeah. Damn, my shit just all the way geeked, went straight to the Matrix, like the Matrix hell. It was crazy.
Yeah. And speaking of our drafts, Derek said Bogey's on the clock in IDP live.
Okay, what round is this? Like 20 something?
Let's see. We're in round. Hold on.
I think I just took Greg Delpit. Did I do that last? In this one?
A couple rounds ago, you took Dexter Lawrence and Drew Sanders. So
all right, look at me. I was faded yesterday. I don't remember what I was doing.
This is round 25 that we're in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one you took Deion Jackson in round 20.
Oh yeah, I'm a real crazy asshole. Ooh.
Dang it. And Devo says subscribed yesterday. Channel I mean, there's like this channel is like brand new. So the one thing, if you're on Patreon, everybody make sure you have the Patreon app, because literally all the live streams are going to go in there. So that's the way that you can always find us and know when we go live as well. But yeah, I think for right now, yeah, it's probably not going to be coming up. And 4:20 a.m. So I'm talking 12-team league, even if Patty doesn't go.
Is Nolan Smith there? My bad. Go continue the question. My bad.
So even if Patty doesn't make it to the 30, then sub him for Allen Hurtsborough. Yeah, I mean, that's solid.
Yeah,
but you're not going to be depending on coin flips, though. That's for sure. All right, let's see. Nolan Smith. Yep, he's there.
Dial him up.
Lock him in. Oh, and then the thing that we're still continuing, we're doing the card box breaks as well. Those are not stopping. We're still going to keep those going on Wednesdays. And let's see the teams. There's only a handful of teams that are taken so far for Wednesday. Falcons gone, Cowboys gone, Dolphins, Jets, 49ers, and Seahawks are gone. And we have two 2023 boxes and a 2022 box. So if you're trying to get yourself some new...
I'll be right back. Let me make this phone call. I just saw this text.
All right. Yeah, her says Bogey rocking the Venom shirt. Hell yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's smoke it up. And yeah, let's see. Who's still with us here? We're going to keep this rocking for from a little bit longer. But yeah, every single morning around sometime between 8 and 8:20 is West Coast time is when we're going live. All right, Derek's still in the house with us. Marco's still in the house with us. Let's get it. Let's smoke it up. And 4:20 a.m. radio said, so you like Hurts, Kelsey, Moore, Judy, Miles, Kamara, Dotson, Flowers, OBJ in the flex and a 12-teamer. I mean, Kamara's going to be really good in the flex after week 3. Right. I mean, yeah, I like Dotson in the flex. I mean, Flowers. I mean, these are guys who you might be drafting as starters, technically, but you got to hit on some late guys who are going to be like, like guys who you can like play like during the first couple weeks while a guy like Flowers, finds his footing.
Same yeah. Like, I like even Dotson. I think Dotson's like, he's he's like a WR3 on a week-to-week basis where he could have some WR1 finishes on a week, you know what I mean, from time to time, because he's a big play guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it's crazy because I was trying to flip Flowers everywhere I had him after that big old play, because I'm like, listen, someone's about to overpay right now. Like, I'd flip him so fast that I don't give a fuck his dynasty. Like, listen, pay me. You know what I mean? Give me what I need.
That shit's funny.
Well, because if I have to say Flowers, I'm waiting around on him. You know what I mean? He's not really. Yeah. I have better options right now because that's how you're supposed to do. These are guys you might gotta wait on a little bit. You know what I mean? Hey, maybe we're wrong. Maybe he starts out the gate and then he's firing. But that's just is. I don't even think he's like a 70, like a 60% snap guy until like he gets a little deeper into the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and her said, and Hustler with the Stone Cold what shirt? He said, "Give me a hell yeah, hell yeah."
What?
Yeah, I got to get I still haven't got the soundboard all the way hooked up. There's just so much to it. It's so tedious as well. We're gonna get it. And Peacock said Nico should fit that category. I like it.
Yeah, dude. Nico went. It's crazy seeing him that he's playing out wide too. I was like, oh shit, they really did that because Peacock was kind of wording us up about Nico from Jump Street, like from before training camp and all that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Peacock, you the man. He said just sent the women's fantasy league. Yeah, we had another lady join that league as well. So I think there's somewhere between 8 and 10. We got to get that thing to 12, somehow. And
I asked my girls, hey, you want to join this all girl with nope. All right. I was like, you'll kick some ass. Oh shit, hold on, let me grab something for my girl.
But here it is. PNG form. There we go. This is going to be on a t-shirt as well. But yeah, super, super dope. Peacock, you the man. You the man. And Derek said, mad about my Tank Dell shares, though. He said, fuck Nico. Oh, man, that shit's funny. Crispy, still under a house. That's what you get for having a crazy boss, man. And Peacock said, I see him being used like Mike Evans or Mike Williams. Oh, man. At 4:20 a.m., I feel like if I take Kelsey with the 3rd, 5th pick, my running backs would be Kamara, something, and Miles. Well, why, though? Because you could take a running back in round 2. You said you were taking a QB round 3. So, like, when you're getting Kamara in, like, the 5th, 6th, 7th round or whatever, like, I don't know. Like, it's on you if you go, like, extra 0 RB and, like, Kamara's, like, your first running back. Peacock said Tank for the second half of the year in leagues with returner yards. Yeah, for sure. That's why I like Tank Dell. He wouldn't even be a guy that I would be drafting in a redraft league unless it's, like, some kind of crazy, super deep league.
Unless it's a $600 league. And he's out there in round 20-something. Because I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I have no idea where I have Tank Dell. I mean, I know I'm Dynasty. I know for sure.
I got one share of him in Dynasty. I think it's like League 21, but my team's just so redonkulous in there because I made like some crazy trades too.
We got some injury news on Guyton.
Oh, my man, Ninja Guyton. Oh no.
Yeah. So, he tore his ACL last year.
I remember.
He's starting on the reserve pup, so he's out at least 4 games. So that's what the season
news is.
The season IR is the 4 games.
Okay. See, so yeah, they did make the adjustment. Remember, that was like a couple years ago. So now they could bump it down to 4 or up to 6, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ninja Guyton.
Ninja Guyton. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that Ninja Guyton was the shit back in the day. Do you remember that game? It was really difficult too. I don't think I remember I couldn't beat part 1 as a kid. It was hot. Part 2 was like hella easier to Ninja Guyton.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, we got the vampire. One of the first vampire draft.
No, Ninja Guyton. Well, yeah, it was the game. Yeah, that's right. Ninja Scroll was the anime.
The first vampire draft of the year is going down, and it's going to be tonight. Or, well, I guess depends on where you are.
At midnight? It has to be.
It's at 3 p.m.
Oh, come on.
West Coast. Yeah, we're staying out.
You're a day walker?
Well, because the vampire doesn't get to draft.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's asleep. That's right.
Yeah. The vampire doesn't get to draft. So 3 p.m. West Coast time, we're going to do this one. Should be like 45 minutes or less because it's a glorified 9 player, draft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we need 2 more people in there.
Let's see. What I do with that joint I was smoking? Oh,
yeah, 3 p.m. West Coast time, $55 buy-in. And we're going to be doing the draft race around FNT. I think we should be full by that time.
Okay. For the best ball joint?
For the vampire.
Oh, the vampire. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Grueling.
There you go. And her said, Ninja Gaiden got me frustrated back in the days.
It was difficult, bro. Like there'd be like joints you gotta like flip in the air and then throw like these 3 like ninja star things, right? But they spread a certain way. So but you gotta hit these like simultaneous targets. And I just be I'm like, but back nowadays, I remember. Okay, look at this. When my oldest, she's 6, got to be 16. When she was 6, she had the Xbox One, right? So we were gaming on shit, and then like she'd be like stuck somewhere. I'd be like, hold on, I just go to YouTube and I just find the level, and then someone did like a walkthrough. I'd be like, ooh, here it is, right here. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like super easy to beat like these games these days because people just put it out there in the world to show you. Like back in the days, you have to buy one of them game books. I used to think that was some pussy shit.
You have to
I think that was some pussy shit though. Like, oh, you got the book. Oh, you get it.
Now just anybody could go to fucking YouTube and be like, search any game and find any part in there. And
real though.
Yeah, it makes it easy.
That shit is throwback, bro.
Yeah.
But fucking the Game Genie, do you remember that?
Yeah, I never fucked with it, but yeah.
Yeah, I had the homie that had the Game Genie. I used to be honest, had the pussy. Can't beat no games. This motherfucker need the Game Genie. I let the game defeat me. Fuck Ninja Gaiden Part 1. Part 2, though.
Oh, man. All right.
What was that game called? Back in the days, it was on the Super NES and it was on the Genesis. But it was like you're like I think it was like Ghosts and Ghouls or something like that. You're like this dude. He's a knight. But if you can get hit and they'll knock all your armor off and you'd be running around naked, like in like an underwear and shit. You know what I mean? But he throws like hella like javelins and shit. Yeah, that game was hard.
I do not remember that.
I know Peacock. I think me and Peacock might have had a discussion about this at one time or another.
Yeah.
I think we might have talked about that game in Vegas, actually. Because I was like, you got that one game with the thing? He was like, yeah, hell yeah. Damn, I was so loaded I couldn't even. I was like, I can't concentrate on nothing right now. You want to play? Nah. I'm streaming hard.
Oh man, Ghosts and Goblins.
There it is.
Okay.
Fucking awesome game.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about because you get knocked on your ass and you lose your armor and then you run around in your underwear and shit. And that's what it's time. Like you take one.
Peacock said he played it in Vegas. Actually.
Oh, did I?
No,
he did. I watched him play it. I lived it.
Oh man, her said Castlevania. Oh, I don't remember that one.
That was the one that was on the NES, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that one was dope too. That Castlevania one crazy. That Castlevania one crazy. Actually, now I think about it.
And Derek said he remembers that Game Genie.
Derek had the Game Genie out. Like, fuck, I'm beating all the games. It's terrible. He's like, is that
what the Game Genie was? It was add-on.
So like the Game Genie, we say you had it for like the Sega Genesis, right? Or you had it for the Super Nintendo. Like I think if I'm in my recollection, you plugged it in the shit, then you put whatever game in there. You know what I'm saying? Because those cartridges, and then they'll unlock all whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty game.
And then also I think even the first iteration came with like a booklet too. And it just had all codes for all games. Like it was just on, they were just hooking you up in every way possible. It was the Game Genie.
I mean, it's crazy because like even you ever seen Ready Player One?
Yeah, I sat through that one time actually.
That's a real good movie. And
I mean, it was hard actually. I need to watch that shit again.
Yeah, it's a real dope movie. That could be one that we do for the silver screen breakdowns. I'm pretty because they were and I mean just real cool how they were explaining all the Easter eggs and shit like that, and how like even I don't even remember what game it was, an Atari game, and they were like, yeah, this was the first game with the first Easter egg. Like you weren't supposed to beat the game, you were supposed to find the Easter egg, and it was like the creator's name when you found it or something. Like you open
poppycock. The motherfucker was just trying to beat Pong. Did I win? Oh, I had to find the motherfucker's name.
I don't even remember what that shit was called, but it was I mean, you were like walking around in something, so it wasn't Pong. It was like you're walking around. You had to find the different doors.
I'll say, don't ruin
Pong. It out. Yeah, and Peacock said great movie for sure, man. That is a good one. And like when they were doing that race, where first off, his car that he chose for this game is Back to the Future DeLorean. Hella tight already. And then it was like they had to go up against like Godzilla and like everything on like the craziest race like ever.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Shrooming hard watching that shit. Like
Dope
in the theaters.
Movie.
Like in the theaters.
Oh, you saw it in the theaters.
Yeah, this because what was that? 2014? 15?
Nah, I think it was after. I think it was like 2017.
2017?
Yeah. It's still still somewhat recent.
Because I promise you, if it wasn't like a Disney movie or something I was taking to the kids, every movie I watched from like 2012 and up, we was on shrooms in the theaters. It's the only way to watch movies, man. Getting that motherfucking zoning. Taking it in. I remember we went to go watch one of them Saw joints. I was like, why the fuck I eat the shrooms on this motherfucker?
Yeah, that's all bad.
Too much gore, man.
That's all bad.
I like laughter on shrooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gore is not really. What was it? That fucking goddamn. I made the mistake. I walked inside the house. I was shrooming hella hard. We coming out for show, so I was pretty wasted too. And then my girl's like, "Oh, I'm watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series." I said, "Ugh." I sat there and then I was just stuck, and then I was just disturbed for like 3 days. Yeah. I was like, I just binged it, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't stop thinking about Jeffrey Dahmer." I fucked my head up for like 3 days.
Marco said, "Damn, Bogey, you are old." He said, "Going to movies."
Hey man, with age comes wisdom. Back in my day, they even had the motherfucker. He was back there reeling it out. He was on the fucking, what did they call that shit? The 12-incher.
Yeah, the projector or whatever.
What do they call that? The two reel. The two reel. You know, motherfucker was in there cranking that bitch. Yeah, it's funny because what was it? I ain't gotten to the movie in a minute, right? And I remember we go to watch Black Panther, and so like and we went to like a they call it the Ice Cream Museum in Frisco. It's kind of like it's like a giant pop-up. It's just a building that's flipped, and every floor you go to, it's like painted all trippy, and you know what I mean? You get different ice creams on every floor. So we take the kids there first. And it's me and the homie, right? And our wives and whatnot. We got all the kids running around. And I'm like, hey, man, this spot's hella tight. Let's eat the shrooms in here. You know what I mean? And like, that was kind of a mistake. I ain't gonna lie. Because then like, by the time I got to Wakanda, I was fucked up. I was like, fuck it. I don't even, the movie actually brought me back though.
That's fucking hilarious. And Tino said Ready Player One was the first audiobook he ever listened to.
Hey, I love audiobooks, bro. The Star Wars joints, bro. Or even like The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Like I'll fuck with that shit like periodically, like once a year, because that's on YouTube too. Yeah, and it's an easy listen. It's like fucking maybe an hour or something like that. Okay, it's a small book, but it's fucking legit. Like put it, you know, I know how you go through like all the Ready for War stuff, like you know, all the movies and all the championship shit, right? Yeah, put that in there one time. It's interesting.
All right, I like it.
Yeah, The Art of War. I mean, whenever you got a motherfucker, he says he starts listing books. That's like great. Like, you know, like, oh, so what books do you like? Well, everybody always says Art of War. So at one point, I was like, let me go check this shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Went straight to the audiobook. Especially like 10 years ago, before they started making you have to put your credit card on there. You just have to put a fucking email, and you get a free download on audible.com.
Right.
So like I would always do that shit. And one day it's like, well, I gotta put my card in this motherfucker now.
Damn.
Yeah, I put it into it. Cause then I'm gonna end up buying books.
Damn, Peacock, you're hella in the boonies too. He said we have to drive about 40 minutes away and they do double features.
That's not quite the boonies. I mean, like, okay, like we had the hood where I was from, we had the hood joint, right? Tino knows it's called the Capital 16. So it's like they actually closed the 16 theaters, but they kept the drive-ins. You know what I'm saying? Because the drive-in's like a staple. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the drive-in is always a good time. You know what I mean? And that's right there in the hood for real. And then there's a motherfucking like it's like in the neighboring cities, you know what I'm saying, or in every mall now, basically, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, every mall got a goddamn AMC in that motherfucker now. So
yeah,
for
sure.
I know the kids got it good. When we was kids, we had to hop on the bus and go dummy for. We had to steal a Corolla.
just to go
to the motherfucking Mercado, because the Mercado was like the nice theaters back then, and that was like hella far. It was like in Santa Clara and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, as like a 14-year-old, it's like, okay, how are we gonna get there? We either try the bus and it's gonna take us like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or we could just boost this car right here and then dump it and fucking literally like would call our parents, someone's parents, to pick us up after the movie. And they would never question how you got there either. Kids are resourceful.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Then this is in the Dynasty group. This is James. Then we'll go back and we'll get Edward's question that we missed.
Let's go.
He said, I got Jerry Jeudy in my Dynasty. I was already hurting a wide receiver. I got Godwin and Amari Cooper. Would you try to package him up for a 2024 first for a trade, or just hold out?
I mean, if I can get a first and something like maybe a first and Romeo Dobbs or some bullshit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe I could wiggle Romeo Dobbs in the first off somebody, because otherwise I'll just wait. It's a hamstring. I mean, like, I know he has a history of these soft tissue things, but like, I mean, I think by week 5, week 6, it's like I'm the guy trying to trade for Jeudy right now, and I'm not paying no first neither. So if you can get that, maybe there's that. But I've tried to. I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to see if I can get, like, because I actually like Romeo Dobbs too. Like, specifically, like maybe even a Marquise Brown. Like, hey, here's Jeudy for Marquise Brown straight up. You know what I mean?
People are crazy.
If you're trying to compete, I mean, that should be the question, actually. Like, what are you trying to do here? Because I think you have a team that can compete, and you could wait. Unless it's a 3 wide receiver set. Otherwise, if it's just 2, you can wait on Jeudy. You have Godwin and Cooper.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to get up out of here. Make sure you guys follow the new YouTube channel. It's Fantasy Football Today is the channel, and you'll see one of the old pictures like on there as well. And you want to make sure to go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, and that'll just get you to like every single link that we got, all the different podcasts, including the Silver Screen Breakdown podcast. We're breaking down the league this week. Is going to be awesome.
Bang.
Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans. Here comes the